Hi and welcome to the Azam Sharp channel on YouTube, and today I'm going to talk about a really nice feature in iOS 8 which is called live rendering. Now the live rendering basically allows you to see the updates of your control while you are designing your control. So it will, if you're using a custom control, the view of the control is automatically being updated as soon as you're making the changes. It also allows you to add some properties into the properties window. So this is a simple view, and you can see these properties. Now you can add these properties to your controls using live rendering and IB designable, and we're going to see how to do that. All right. So let's actually go ahead and create a class for our control. We're going to create a class. It's called let's call it rounded corner or rounded view. Rounded view. Well, it will be subclass of this, and we're going to select Swift this case. Go ahead and create it. There we go. Just going to move it over here. So you can see the rounded view class is pretty plain, nothing really to it. If you go to the main storyboard, select the view, go over here and select the class to rounded view. All right, and you can see that it is now set to that particular class. Let's go back to rounded view. What we can do over here is, first of all, we have to tell that this is a designable. You can actually design it. You have to initiate the design feature of it. All right. So that is pretty easy to do, because you can all you need is, you can say hi designable. Let's also load up Quartz core. Let's go ahead and build this. Everything looks okay right now. Now this gives you functionality that you can actually now design your class, or you can make the design changes on the storyboard itself. Okay, so that is what you have bought at this particular point. So let's go ahead and make or create a property we call rounded corners. So that is what we want, right? So I'm going to say rounded corners. It's a Boolean property, and initial value will be false. Now, in the property, we can use actually did set, and did set, will set. All of these things, they are actually only fired when they are actually called from the UI. So they will not be called once the rounded view class is initialized. So no call to the rounded corners. Did set will be called once you initialize the rounded corner, but you can call that. It will be called when you are actually changing the properties on the designer, and I'll show you what I'm actually talking about. Okay, so now it's looking for a method called update layer properties. So let's go ahead and create that, update layer properties. Okay, and you can simply say if rounded corners, no, maybe I rounded corners, so I spelled it wrong. So if it is rounded corners, I'm just going to say self.layer.corner radius to whatever, 25. All right, and else, what do we have to do? Self.layer.corner radius equal to 0.0. And that's it. Let's go ahead and build this. Now, if you go over here, somebody doesn't see a cat right now, but if you go over here and you check out this, you don't really see your property. Your property name is rounded corners, and you don't really see it over here, right? So the one last thing you need to do is you need to tell that it is inspectable. So you're going to put a tag over here, which is IB inspectable. Build it again. Go to the storyboard, and here we go. So rounded corner, it's on or off. So if I say on, you can actually see on the view that the corners are being rounded. And if I turn it off, it goes back to no rounded corners. Now, if you were doing this without using these features, I can bet you have to run it multiple times to see these updates, right? You can see the rounded, but now you can actually make it IB instructable. highly inspectable, and you can see those rounded corners. All right. Now sometimes you have a control that you don't want to display a green, whatever green background you have an image that you want to display, or have some other things that you want to display. Anything you want to display, you can use the prepare for interface builder method. Now prepare for interface builder method is only fired from the interface, from the storyboard itself. All right, so let me go ahead and copy that, and we're going to show what's going on. So basically, prepare for interface method is going to load up for the path, which is a cat one, and cat is simply an image of a cat. It's going to create an object and finally going to add the object to the particular view. So that means anytime someone is using this view, or anytime someone creates a view and then assign the class of rounded view, he's going to see a cat. And here we go. So that's a cat being displayed. So that's like a default thing that they're going to display instead of displaying, you know, the green something or whatever. So you can change the size of the image to accommodate the size of the green view. But this is basically used for any default things that you're using. You can consider it like a graph tool, right? I mean, if you're making a charting tool, if you drag the charting tool, you do want something to appear over there, not like a white screen or a white view or some other color view. You want to most probably display a chart control, some sort of an image of a chart, basically indicating that this is actually a chart control. All right. So this same way you can do that, and anything that you put into prepare for interface builder, it will be used by the storyboard. It won't be added to the actual hierarchy of the view, but it will be just used for the storyboard itself. All right. That's pretty much it. So you can see that how easy it is to use the live rendering feature of iOS 8, and which allows you to update your custom views or update your views while you're designing real live rendering on your storyboard. That's it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.